What up, guys? It's Josiah here, and today we're reading JULIAN Secret Agent, Chapter 9, a re-report. Let's begin. But how can we be sure? Gloria asked. We were standing in the street corner, trying to decide what to do. We should go back to the post office and check Eugene George Johnson's wanted sheet, I said. We ran to the post office as fast as we could. The sheet on Eugene George Johnson was still there. We studied the facts. They all matched. Eugene spoke in a strange private language, so did the wizard. Eugene used many different names, so did the wizard. Eugene's hobby was cooking, so was the wizard's. Eugene traveled a lot. The wizard liked a song about traveling. Eugene had a little scar above his upper lip, so did the wizard. We studied the photos of Eugene. He could be the wizard, Gloria said. Then again, he may not be. I think the wizard is Eugene, I said. Everything fits, even the scar. But are you sure the wizard's scar is 1/4 of an inch above his upper lip? Gloria asked. Gloria, I answered, what can we do? We can't go to the wizard and say, may we measure your scar with this ruler? We need to give the police our information. Us, actually. Go see the police? Gloria asked. Huey said, we never heard anybody call the wizard Eugene. Huey, I said, that's the only name he wouldn't use. We didn't hear him speak Chinese, Gloria said. He cooks Chinese rice, I said. Isn't that enough? He was nice to us, Huey said sadly. But he could still be a criminal, I said. Besides, look at this. I pointed to the very bottom of the sheet, where it said in big letters, $25,000 reward for his capture. We walked to the police station saying, all for one and one for all. I had caught hold of Gloria and Huey's hands. They weren't walking fast. We got to the police station door. Gloria, I said, I'm sure we're right. We're going to be heroes, Gloria said, or else the opposite. I went ahead. I opened the door. Inside the police station was not scary. There were 5 desks. 3 were empty paper cups on them, and all with pictures of police officers and their families. Against the wall were big drawers of files, probably with centuries of crimes described inside. There was a sign that said, do everyone a favor, don't smoke, and another that said, your mother does not work here, please clean up after yourself. The only scary part was the receptionist who was talking to us. May I do this for you? She asked. What may I do for you? She asked. We'd like to speak to a police officer, I said. All the officers are out on call, the receptionist said. But you can speak to the chief. The chief, Gloria moaned. All right, I said. The receptionist picked up her intercom phone. 3 children are here to see you, she said. She smiled at us. Go straight down the hall. It's the first room on the left. We walked down the hall. My feet were feeling kind of weak and slithery, and I had spaghetti string legs. I was still holding Gloria's and Huey's hands. We went into the first room on the left. The chief was sitting behind a big desk. He had a nice face and some gray hair. I could understand that. I figured that if I kept being a secret agent, I would soon maybe have gray hair too. On the desk was the nameplate, Theodore J. Davis, Sir Chief of Police. We stood in front of the desk. Huey didn't say a word. Gloria looked green. I'm Julian, I said. Julian Bates. Gloria and Huey didn't say their names. I knew I was right, but it was still hard to keep talking. We're here about a most wanted case, I said. Sit down, said the chief. Get comfortable. We all sat down, but it didn't feel too comfortable. Now, police chief, said the chief. Tell me, which wanted person have you found? We think we found Eugene George Johnson, I said. The chief smiled. Eugene, the great imitator, he said. You've really found him? Someone I'd definitely like to capture. There's a $25,000 reward. Of course, if you have found him, the reward is yours. Where is he? He's in Kingman's Cafe, I said. In Kingman's Cafe? Repeated the chief. But that's the cafe where the service is faster than the speed of time. You mean he was in Kingman's? The chief started to get out of his chair. There's not so much hurry, I said. See, he works in Kingman's. Kingman's was talking about adding extra help, said the chief. Is it somebody new? We don't know, Gloria said. When we were there, only one man was working, a young man or an older boy. Wait a minute, said the chief. He looked shocked. You're talking about T.J. Teddy, Bare Knuckle, Ted Eddie Jr.? Right, Huey said. He's the one. Hard to believe, said the chief. He looked at us serenely, as if he could see everything about us, from our fingerprints to our toe prints. You three go to the post office much, he said. Sometimes, I said. We've been studying Eugene's poster, he said. Sometimes. You've been studying Eugene's poster? He said. Sometimes, I said. You're a private investigating group, he said. I didn't want to answer. I was afraid the chief would say kids should just mind their own business. Are you or aren't you? Said the chief. We are, kind of, I said. Good, said the chief. I was relieved that he wasn't mad at us. Good, said the chief, because I intend to investigate T.J. Teddy Bear Knuckleball Ted Eddie Jr., and I want you to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this chapter. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys.